case of Adam Dudley and the genetically modified embryos is now in session. Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
We will now be hearing the opening statement from the prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, have you ever wondered why children are so lost? Children are pure-minded, pure-hearted. Children are the purest form of the human being. However, what would you say if I told you that one day you could wake up in a world where children are being genetically modified into fitting purposes we don't know? My name is Jacob Fry, and I am the representative of the Human Rights Council of Belarus. And with my counsel, Clarice Collins, we're going to demonstrate how Adam Dudley genetically modified two children without the proper documentation nor legal authorization. His behavior has constituted the crime of illegal medical practice, and because of that, we want a verdict of guilty with 3 years in prison, a sum of 390,758 euros, and revoking all of the titles and legal documents permissions that Mr. Adam Dudley has.
Thank you, counsel. You may sit down. Would the defense like to declare Mr. Adam Dudley for the prosecution for release?
I would like to give our opening statement now, Your Honor.
You may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Isaac Bennett, and this is my client, Adam Dudley. My client is being accused of terrible things, which could not be further from reality. All his actions were in order to get the well-being of this little person, because the lifestyle that awaited them was not a happy scenario to grow up on childhood for these babies, being that their parents are HIV carriers, and as we know, it is an inheritable disease to the offspring of the carriers. In an attempt to give these kids a better life expectancy, my client risked it all, even put his own career at risk, being that without his intervention, these babies may have not even passed the age of 2 years old, like half of the babies with HIV. So, this method may be the only way to cure this medical and hereditary disease. If the technology is available, we can help people in need. My client has opened a whole new world of opportunities in order to get healthier families. For this reason, we appeal to a verdict of not guilty. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Does the prosecution have any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. We would like to ask Clarice Collins to take a stand.
Ms. Collins, please take a stand. Before you sit down, please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I swear. You may proceed.
Mrs. Collins, first of all, could you introduce yourself?
Of course. My name is Clarice Collins, and I am the representative of the National Health Commission of Belarus.
Mrs. Collins, I know you've been involved in multiple researches and investigations. Could you tell us your position as an institute? How do you react to the acts of Adam Dudley?
As an institution, we are really dismayed. We have to be responsible for people's health, and we need to act in accordance with the law.
Could you tell us, did Adam Dudley submit any of the legal documents that were required for this investigation?
Scientist Dudley did not submit any written documentation of the research. That's why I find it some difficult to verify his claims about the results of the obtained from the modified embryos. And the little information we have, it could be so false and quite more.
So could you give us one example of the documents avoided by Mr. Dudley?
The most materials of the body documents and legal implications that he had to take responsibility for were his license. But whenever the license were brought up, but he would try to avoid the conversation and refuse and to be specific about it.
Thank you, Mrs. Collins. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Collins, you may start. Does the prosecution have any more witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor, I have one more witness. I would like to call Ms. Olivia Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, please stand. Before you sit down, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to say you will tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I swear. I will only say the truth, Your Honor.
Thank you, you may be seated.
So, Mrs. Johnson, could you introduce yourself?
My name is Olivia Johnson. I am embryonic development specialist from the Stanford Hospital.
Could you tell us about the tool known as CRISPR that the scientist Adam Dudley used in his investigation?
CRISPR-Cas9 is a technology that allows scientists, especially to cut and paste DNA, raising hopes for genetic solution to disease. However, there are some concerns about its ethics and safety.
So, Ms. Johnson, what is the moral direction and possible consequences of the modification of the embryos in such a way that Mr. Adam Dudley did?
This is an irresponsible but ethical and dangerous use of the genetic editing technology because drug type of HIV that use a different receptor gene than CCR5, gene that the scientist Dudley modified in embryos.
From the little information we have, what are the possible dangers for the children born out of this experiment?
Mr. Adam Dudley tried to modify the embryo's genome to produce a beneficial bug, which translates to 39 fewer letters into the CCR gene, which are essential for AIDS virus to infect white blood cells. The problem is that CRISPR is not perfect because it can introduce some additional errors can cause damage for the health of the babies. Similarly, CRISPR not always edits all cells, but only a part, generating humans with two different genomes.
Is there a possibility that this could expand to the human civilization and eventually might pose a threat?
There definitely is. The full extent of the influence that this experiment has on children is not clear yet, as some of the damage will only reveal themselves when they have grown older. Additionally, the possibility of the reproduction of these children is not out of question, and seen as the modification of the genome, future generations could inherit some of these effects that are caused by the current experiment.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Will the defense like to start cross-examination?
No, Your Honor.
Does the prosecution have any more witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to call witness Adam Dudley to take the stand.
Please stand. Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I swear.
You may be seated.
Dr. Dudley, please introduce yourself.
I am a scientist from Belarus. I work at the Big Hospital.
Dr. Dudley, how do you start all these biological alterations in the embryo?
All of this started as in a break in university. I was with my team of researchers and we end up planning to carry out the project of the modification of the genetics of the field.
How was the project executed to achieve the desired result?
Well, we need to make the in vitro fertilization, and for this, that's when we use the CISPR-Cas9 to modify the gene CCR5 to make it possible to the virus HIV to develop.
Which were your intentions with the biological alteration of the embryos?
My intention was to make this virus not appearing anymore. We wanted to make the children immune to this virus, and by doing this, saving millions of lives.
Was this whole project of biological alteration made known to the legal guardians of the babies?
Yes, they were fully informed.
So, Dr. Dudley, what you are saying that there were no complications or possible mistakes that the family were not aware of.
We were very careful not to hide anything from the parents
Why didn't you submit a written record to your superiors?
because a reading record would mean to cancel the whole project.
Do you consider that what you did was as risky as the counterpart percent?
Well, as a scientist, I have to admit that it was a risky process, but not the counterpart basis. I know what I was doing. I had experience doing it. Well, too.
Thank you, Mr. Dudley. No more questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. For the prosecution, let's start cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. So first of all, I would like to present an evidence that I've gathered on the study.
Bueno, ahora supongo que todo bien. Tenía algunas complicaciones, pero realmente no se lo quiero comentar a los padres, luego se retractan. Pero sí, considero que son cosas menores, probablemente se todo bien. ¿Pero no crees que es muy arriesgado lo que estás haciendo, digo? No, no. Esto es en pro de la ciencia. Acaban de ser beneficiados.
So, after listening to the audio, I would also like to cite a law which we did not follow. So, according to the Convention on Biological Diversity, Article 8, establish or maintain means to regulate, manage, and control the risks associated with the use and release of living modified organisms resulting from biotechnology, which are likely to have adverse environmental impacts that could affect the conservation and sustainable use of biological diversity, taking also into account the risk to human health. After reading the article and listening to your audio, you did not mention the minor problems that you had to the family. And even after reading you the law, I'm pretty sure you were aware about, why would you ignore all of this and risk it all?
Well, as I said in the audio, it was a minor problem. It's like when you go to a bakery and the baker just add a little bit of salt to the cake. The baker would not tell you that he had a little bit of salt. And that's it. And responding to the second question, of course, my job is questionable. Yes, I have to take the risk to make this go through. I'm going to make history.
I would like to show one more video of this stuff.
Hola, mi nombre es Adán. En los últimos meses he estado modificando genéticamente los embriones de los niños para que sean sencillas. Y orgullosamente puedo decir que soy el primer científico en lograr esta hazaña. Las dos niñas nacieron totalmente sanas y han sido correctamente modificadas para que sean inmunes a este virus. Acepto las críticas que me han venido, pero siento que es un mal necesario para las futuras familias y el avance general a la medicina.
I hope you're aware that you could have brought a horrible future to both the family and you. You know that you are playing with the wishes and hopes of a noble man just to have a normal child. So, just for your investigation's sake, why don't you stop already?
Objection, Your Honor. He's being disrespectful. He's not being objective with his question. Objection granted.
Well, as I said before, it is necessary to make this. I'm going to make the human progress. We need to stop these diseases. We need to cure them. It's necessary for the human progress.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defense like to redirect.
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any more witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call Mr. Smith to take the stand.
Mr. Smith, please stand. You swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
You may be seated.
Mr. Smith, please introduce yourself.
I am the biological father of Naomi and Nicole.
How did you meet Dr. Dudley?
My wife and I always wanted to make a family. Since I have HIV, the government doesn't allow me to have children. But the doctor assured us to have a family, and that we don't have to worry nothing.
Dr. Dudley mentioned that you agreed to all the biological alteration procedure that will be carried out with the alteration of the embryos. Is that true?
That's right. Dr. Dudley explained me all of the modification, and I agree to it.
Your Honor, I would like to show the smoking bill between my client and Mr. Smith.
You may.
Lo que comentaba Mark, mi deseo es intentar que tus hijos nazcan y tengan una mejor vida, siendo inmunes al virus de SIDA. Mi proyecto se trata de modificar genéticamente los embriones de distintas familias para así mejorar su ADN para que sean inmunes a distintas enfermedades que normalmente son mortales. No sé si estaría dispuesto a colaborar con el proyecto.
Repítame las herramientas que va a usar, dijo in vitro.
Sí, lo único que necesito de parte suya es que me asegure que sus embriones estén en un embarazo in vitro para así yo poder verificarlos libremente.
Okay. Eso asegurará que los embriones nazcan sin ninguna enfermedad, ¿cierto?
Así es.
Okay. Tenga mucho cuidado, por favor. Esto es una decisión que estamos tomando por impulso, la verdad.
Tranquilo, seré lo más cuidadoso que pueda. Muchas gracias.
Your Honor, I would also like to present as the evidence the contract entered by Mr. Smith and my client, in which my client specified everything that was going to happen during the process. So, Mr. Smith, why did you agree to this?
The government of Belarus, as I mentioned before, doesn't allow me to have children, and the doctor assured us to have a family, and he made the wish come true. I'm very happy.
How do you and your wife feel now that the process has been done and that you have your daughter perfectly healthy?
We are completely happy. What we thought it was impossible comes true, all thanks to Dr. W. Naomi and Nicole are very healthy now, and we don't have nothing to worry about.
Your Honor, I would also like to present as the evidence of the baby's state. Your Honor, as you can appreciate, this baby not only look perfectly healthy and fine. Here I have the document that was made by the hospital where they were born. These kids were born with perfectly normal characteristic for a baby. They are healthy and they are big and they are HIV. Mr. Smith, do you find it fair what the man is asking Dr. Dudley for what has been done?
What did Dr. Dudley did change our lives and improve the life of our two babies. I don't think that he deserves all of it.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. There's no further question.
Thank you, counsel. The prosecution would like to start a cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may.
So, I am aware of the contract that you and Mr. Dudley signed. However, I wanted to ask you, has he fulfilled all of the requirements that the contract said?
Yes, he does fulfill all the contracts that all the requirements that the second asking for.
So even though your reason is noble and comprehensible, you knew this was going to happen. You knew that this was illegal and that you shouldn't be doing this. So I would like to ask you, why did you not look for a more legal option?
All I wanted for my daughters is that they not have the motivation going to what I had to go through.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Would the defense like to redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Would the defense like to witness?
No, Your Honor. The defense rests its case.
Then we will now be hearing the closing statement from the prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. The evidence I've placed so far are very clear. Mr. Adam Dudley is a scientist who genetically modified two children without the proper documents nor legal authorization. He has put in danger the future of these two children and of the family involved. This case is no longer about how Mr. Dudley broke the law. Instead, is how he is willing to do it again and hide it from everyone, because he has been caught lying right in front of us. How he said that he didn't have any problem to report to the family, while in the audio he does mention the minor problem that he didn't mention to the family. The fact that this man has shown so little concern about public safety, science's future, and the future of other people except for himself is what makes this man a threat. That's why he needs to be proven guilty, and the price to pay should be 3 years in prison, 390,758 euros, and revoking all of his legal documentations and all of his permissions, authorizations, and licenses.
Thank you. Would you like to say anything for a hero?
No, Your Honor.
We will now be hearing the statement from the defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Adam Dudley is not a dangerous person. The testimony and evidence given have proved that all his actions were in order to give this family the children that they so much wanted. My client has made a revolutionary discovery for medicine. It could help to cure millions of people around the world. It could end so many hereditary diseases. And as everything historical in medicine, it has its risks, but it's necessary to do it in order to develop all the best qualities of human being. My client demonstrated that his actions were not reckless or irrational. Every move was well thought and well crafted. Babies Naomi and Nicole are the living proof. They are unharmed. My client allowed them to grow HIV free, and he allowed them, their parents, to raise a family. It is for this reason that our client is innocent, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, council. All rise. We're going to having a quick process so that everyone is deliberate during. You may be seated. We will now review the version from the jury.
In the name of the justice, the jury has determined that the jury was, in the name of the justice, the jury was have determined that in the case of Anna Dudley and the two modified embryos, Mr. Dudley will have sentenced for 1 year of prison and his medical license will be permanently withdrawn. And however, the fine of 390,750 euros will be denied. Thank you.